A real-life rocket man soars the skies with fighter jets.
This is like being in the middle of a Category 3 hurricane.
A kayaker rides a waterfall in a world record death-defying plunge.
I couldn't imagine anyone surviving that.
A shocking moment at a coffee shop appears to defy the laws of physics.
There is some force making each one of these objects move. We now need to figure out what it is.
Whether fact, fake, or fluke, we'll dissect these amazing web videos and break down the science behind them. Right now on Superhuman Science. To fly in formation with the Brightling Jet team is a super thrill. But to fly in formation like a superhero without an aeroplane? Now that might be superhuman.
I have not seen anything like this aside from stuff that's done in the movies.
He's not flying an aircraft anymore, he is the aircraft.
Swiss pilot Yves Rossi is known as Jetman. He's soaring over the Swiss Alps with a carbon fiber jet-propelled wing strapped to his back.
A single person where your body is the fuselage of the aircraft. That's been the dream forever.
Jetman has spent years figuring out how to fly like an aeroplane. And our team knows he's the real deal.
What's impressive is that this man engineered this, tinkered with it, and took it from concept all the way to design. And he's up there doing this.
What makes Jetman able to fly the skies with fighter jets? It's his design. This might be the perfect integration of body and wing.
It's no accident that his wings look like the wings on usual aircraft, because aerodynamically, that's what's going to make him be able to slice through the air and give him the lift just like other planes have.
Under his wing, he's attached 4 compact jet engines.
He's operating with 225 newtons of thrust per each one.
He has to have a bunch of jet engines that are big enough that they can keep the human being off the ground, but not so big that they themselves are heavy.
Another key to Jetman's success is that he's taking the 2 most challenging parts of the flight out of the equation: the takeoff and the landing. He launches from a helicopter and drops back down by parachute.
By riding the helicopter up, he's already eliminating a lot of his need for fuel.
How long he can fly depends entirely on how much fuel he has with him. And so he knows he has 10 minutes of fuel. And so at 9 minutes and 45 seconds, he pulls that parachute.
What makes Jetman so exceptional is the way he uses his body as an all-in-one flight control system.
I think the most impressive thing is how precise his movements are and how agile he is in the air.
Aeroplanes have control surfaces like ailerons, elevators, and rudders for steering. Jetman's control surfaces are his head, hands, and torso.
There's no steering on this. His body steers the aircraft.
He's able to really maneuver that small, light craft very easily.
Simple arcing of his body and tucking of his chin and shoulders, and it responds immediately.
To go up, for example, he slightly raises his head and arches his back. This boosts his lift because the angle for attack is increasing. That's the angle between his wing and the relative wind he's flying through. His body is also feeling the rush of flying like a bird.
He's flying through the air at 200 kilometers per hour. That means the wind is hitting him in the face at 200 kilometers per hour. This is like being in the middle of a Category 3 hurricane.
Yves Rossi's feat is jaw-dropping, but does it make him superhuman or a superhero?
It's extremely futuristic. It's definitely science fiction come alive.
He's like a superhero, but he's like the Iron Man of superheroes.
Next, from a Superman in a flying machine, we turn to a breathtaking ride down a monster waterfall.
Hi, Mom, it's Tyler. We're gonna go just do a little bit of boating, and hopefully I'll make it home tonight.
Extreme kayaker Tyler Bratt is to attempt a world record drop over the Palouse Falls in Washington State, USA.
Maybe it's something that I really want to do, enough to throw caution to the wind and try to step up the bar just one more notch.
A stunt like this has many levels of danger. This guy is really putting his life at risk by doing this.
Tyler is now bracing for the unthinkable.
Just a matter of bucking up and hucking it at this point.
He's going over a monster waterfall, plunging straight down, a world record of 56.7 meters. His descent takes 3.7 heart-pounding seconds.
Come on, T-Diggity. Come on, T-Diggity. Where are you, bud? Where are you, buddy? Oh, he's out, he's in his boat. Yeah!
Tyler survives with only a sprained wrist and a broken paddle.
I mean, just watching that waterfall and the amount of power in that water, I couldn't imagine anyone surviving that.
Tyler appears completely at the mercy of the waterfall, which is rushing at over 56 cubic meters per second.
You've got to worry about how you land, you've got to worry about drowning after you land, you've got to worry about tons of water falling on top of you.
That volume of water is equivalent to 56 metric tons, which is approximately 10 elephants per second that are falling with Tyler. He is definitely in danger when he's at the bottom of that waterfall.
So how's this possible? How does he come out of this alive?
He is able to choose the longest and widest path of smooth water so that he can control his kayak and enter the water on his terms.
He actually can control the kayak while he's in the air with this curtain of water falling around him. He can push off on one side or the other and keep his boat straight.
Tyler's survival depends on how he positions his body. By bending forward, he can maintain a lower profile and keep the kayak pointed down.
By tucking himself in as he goes over, he's helping to control his fall because he's not overextending himself.
He tucks in, minimizes the impact just so he can enter the water, and really the kayak is key here. He does not want to be ejected from his kayak.
While the descent poses serious risks, it's the impact that determines whether he lives or dies.
The most dangerous thing about this is when Tyler hits the water.
On impact, the waterfall drives Tyler 6 meters below the surface.
You could suffer closed head injury, spine injury, cervical spine injury, be paralyzed. I mean, there are a lot of things that can go wrong here.
To survive this, Tyler's goal is to minimize the impact.
One of the things he's relying on is the fact that turbulent water, foamy water, soft water is actually softer than flat water.
He's hitting water that's already broken up, so he's able to break that surface, and he's in a kayak that is aerodynamic enough to go through the water and not just land on it hard.
It's a death-defying drop.
Oh, he's out, he's in his boat. Yeah!
And the risk might be what makes him do it.
With these addictive personalities that we have, you just want it more and more. You just want to keep going taller, bigger, scarier, harder, and you kind of crave that feeling and that kind of fear.
But is this adrenaline junkie superhuman?
This stunt isn't superhuman. It does show that he trusts his abilities and his equipment, and he did have some lucky circumstances.
This is an amazing example of man versus nature.
Twin Falls, Idaho, USA. The only place in the nation where you can legally jump off a bridge all year round.
Throwing yourself off a bridge, no matter what, is insane.
With a sport like this, there's no room for error. You blink and you're done.
One of the most dangerous sports on the planet, base jumping requires just 2 steps. 1, hurl your body off a fixed spot. 2, try not to die.
The word base stands for buildings, antennas, spans like bridges, and earth. And those are the 4 things that base jumpers initially jumped off of.
This crew is making a daring jump off the Snake River Canyon Bridge. The trip to the bottom is barely 148 meters.
You don't have much time in the air. You jump out and you're already on the ground.
Our experts take a closer look at the science behind these jumps.
When a skydiver pulls a parachute after jumping from a plane, they're usually around 600 to 900 meters above the ground. This is 148. That's it.
They don't even have time to reach their maximum speed. Their maximum speed, or their terminal velocity, is the fastest they can go. It's when gravitational drag force is balanced by resistance in the other direction. It would take an average person 5 to 6 seconds to reach that, and they don't have that much time in their jump.
Because it's so short a distance, there's zero margin for error.
These base jumpers do take some precautions to help them make it down alive.
Right there, you can see where these guys are tossing a small item as they jump, and that's their pilot chute, the first chute that's going to open quickly and start to catch wind and space out the larger ram chute that will open.
These thrill seekers also set their sights higher and find another white-knuckle way to cheat death. A grasp of velocity, momentum, timing, and aerodynamics all come into play.
After these guys deploy, we see that they're really good at this. They can maneuver these things, land on a dime.
They're in the air for a total of only a few seconds, and they're able to have sufficient agility and the wherewithal to land in the boat here. That's pretty stunning.
Base jumping is as much mental as it is physical.
The fact that they're tossing some aerial stunts in there means that they have utter confidence that they're going to pull it off.
This is truly cheating death.
The real question may be why they do something that most of us just cringe even thinking about.
The only reason someone would do this over and over again is for the adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline is the fight or flight hormone, and it is pumping through their veins. They are not feeling any pain here. Their heart rate is accelerated, and so is their breathing.
The adrenaline rush is really euphoric. It's like a drug.
It pumps you up, it can last for hours, and some people keep chasing that high.
That's what they're looking for. That's what they're hooked on.
So are they superhuman or just super adrenaline junkies? Our experts are mixed.
It might be super crazy.
I'm not sure that this is superhuman, but it certainly takes a lot of guts.
From one gut-wrenching feat to another. Next, we meet a guy whose stomach is tougher than nails, quite literally. In Algeria, a man prepares to eat his way into the record books. His stomach-turning feast is toxic enough to kill. Paper, candles, nails, and even light bulbs.
This could have, serious consequences. I think it's extremely dangerous.
Can you imagine the kind of indigestion that you get after eating glass and nails?
Salim Haney is dubbed the man who eats everything. He pops hazardous objects into his mouth like candy. So, is this real or a trick?
Hollywood uses props all the time. So the light bulb could actually be sugar instead of glass. The nails that he uses, I can actually see in some shots here that there's bent nails inside his mouth. I can't imagine that his teeth actually bent those nails. So the likelihood is that those nails are made out of something other than metal.
Whether this is genuine is in question. First, our experts look at if this is even possible.
Some of the things that he's taken in, including the newspaper, those are probably going to be broken down by his stomach acid.
Stomach acid is a very strong acid. It has a pH around 2, which is really acidic.
Other things like candles are quite malleable. The stomach can process those a little bit, and those will also pass through the body.
There are people who eat glass. Some of them do it to shock other people, like he's doing. Some of them actually suffer from a medical condition called pica, which is this innate desire to eat things that are not food, things like dirt and paint chips and glass.
But eating glass is an extremely different matter. This could kill him.
Light bulbs have very, very thin glass that you can chew, and get down to tiny particles, because otherwise you're swallowing a huge piece of glass and it can perforate your bowel.
Salim can do this because he's found a way to digest glass.
This could have, serious consequences throughout your GI tract, causing bleeding and potentially perforation that can really cause a problem in the future.
But it's unclear how his body can really stomach nails without harm.
He's probably done this a lot, and his GI tract is pretty familiar with the stuff that he's taken in, and it passes through him pretty well. If we took a few x-rays of this guy, we might find a few nails here and there.
So far, he's overcome the health hazards, and his stomach appears truly tougher than nails.
I can think of a lot better meals.
But does this make Celine superhuman? Our experts are mixed.
I don't know if I'd categorize this as superhuman, but this is super indigestion for sure.
If it's true that you are what you eat, this guy is bright and sharp.
From an iron stomach, we turn to a gutsy man on the edge with his life hanging in the balance. In Russia, an elderly man settles into a chair under the Moscow sun, and a crowd gathers below.
When you think of extreme sports, you don't think of extreme sitting.
This is the late French acrobat Henri Richatin, known as Henri's. Here he teeters on the edge of a hotel rooftop, a terrifying 44 meters above concrete.
This guy's had a lot of practice balancing.
The balancing part is happening second nature.
With no string attached, Henri's record-holding high wire acts are world-renowned. His stunts have been verified as real. In this stunt, Henri sets his chair on upside-down glasses and balances the chair he sits in on top. To settle in, he first extends his arms for balance.
By doing that, you actually change very subtly the actual center of mass of your body. And what he's doing is increasing the moment of inertia, making it harder for him to fall over.
There's even a strategy to his adjustments as he sways on the edge of a rooftop 17 stories high.
You can see in this part of the video where he's reaching back to the top of the second chair to steady himself. It's a lot easier to keep himself safe if he's just worried about falling backwards as opposed to falling forwards.
But there is some biology to his balance act too.
There are three different systems that help you balance. What you see, what you experience in your inner ear, that's the vestibular system, and your sense of proprioception, which is where your body parts are in relation to other body parts.
His inner ear canals and the fluids inside are part of what help his balance.
There are little hairs inside the fluid, and when the fluid moves, the hairs move with them, and that triggers your brain to know which way you're moving or which way you're leaning.
There's little doubt that this French chairman's high wire act is a superhuman feat.
Fear is good. Fear protects us. Fear keeps us alive. He doesn't have it.
But there's one thing to avoid when the stakes are this high.
You don't want to sneeze.
Finally, we switch from a balancing act
Just get away from me!
to a mind-bending stunt that appears telekinetic.
Hi, I got a small coffee.
In a New York City coffee shop, these unsuspecting customers are in for the shock of their lives.
Get some napkins, clean it up, it'll be fine.
Fine, there's coffee inside of my computer. You know what? Just get away from me. Just get away.
An angry woman suddenly unleashes telekinetic powers.
Oh my God.
The looks on their faces is priceless.
Get away from me.
When you're going in to get your morning coffee, the last thing that you're expecting to see are things flying around.
Over 10 million online viewers caught her wrath as she slings tables and chairs and makes a supernatural mess with just the wave of her hand.
You'll think twice before spilling coffee on her computer.
The coolest thing is the reaction of the customers in their disbelief. I love that.
These people are horrified, and yet they can't look away or run because they want to see more.
But is what we saw possible? Could this be real?
Telekinesis is not possible. It doesn't exist.
Our experts aren't buying it.
Telekinesis is the idea that you are putting out some sort of force that's moving an object, but that's much more like a Jedi force rather than a physics force.
Physics tells us for something to move, there has to be some force acting on it. Whether that's a push, a pull, or a magnetic or electric force that's acting on something else. There is no mind force that we have that can just move things.
If you have a friend that says that they can actually telekinetically move something, Your friend is lying.
So, although it might not be telekinesis, there is a scientific explanation for what we see.
There is some force making each one of these objects move. We now need to figure out what it is.
The science here is engineering.
It's actually a very elaborate hidden camera prank.
I can tell you that there are no digital visual effects happening in this clip. But that's not to say that there's not a lot of Hollywood trickery going on in the scene.
These are Hollywood special effects at their best. Really, really clever.
Most of these stunts are done mechanically with cables. If you slow the scene down, you can actually see a cable connected to the stuntman and leading to the wall and up the wall. Clearly, there's a group of people behind the scenes watching all the action and triggering all of these fun effects.
While the entire scene, except from the blood-curdling scream, is fake, the customers' reactions are 100% real.
This is a difficult thing for the brain to process because we have our own version of reality, and this goes against it.
Your mind is confused when you see this. You would not understand what you should expect to happen next. Things are not following the normal laws of physics.
Turns out what looks like supernatural or superhuman powers is all an extravagant online stunt to promote a horror movie.
This is Hollywood special effects science at its best.
People want to believe in telekinesis. It's one of those supernatural things that you just feel like someone in the world somewhere ought to be able to do it. But really nobody can.